1928, Amsterdam, Olympics. Florence McDonald takes her place in the outside lane of the track. She's the only American to have made the 800-meter final here in Amsterdam. Her dark hair is cropped close to her head, swept back from her face. Her shorts hang loose a few inches above the knee, revealing sculpted calves. Before the starting gun fires, she sets her mark, casually putting one foot at the starting line and one behind. She doesn't crouch to the cinder ground like some of her competitors, instead barely leaning forward over dark running shoes that look more like ballet slippers, her white socks rolled to her ankles. At the starting gun, the 9 women take off, propelled forward by the momentum of their own internal engines, jockeying for position along the inside of the track. Florence, just 18, has to work the hardest, coming from the outside. At the end of the first lap, she remains near the back of the pack. Hitomi Kanoue of Japan, who had never even run an 800-meter race before and only signed up because she'd lost the 100 and wanted another chance to run, sprints hard in the first moments from the inside lane. She then falls behind, her initial push too strong. Inga Jensel of Sweden gains the lead by the end of the first lap. As the runners turn to begin the second, Hitomi changes tactics, stretching her large frame to its capacity, looking more like a distance runner than a sprinter. Her arms take on the strain, seeming to join with her long legs to close the gap easily between herself and the runners in front of her. Likewise, Florence dials her legs up as she enters the final sprint, passing 3 other runners in the last stretch. But Lena Radke of Germany, who held the world record for this mid-distance race, opens up her own stride in that final half a lap. So smoothly, so easily, as if she's merely jogging along a beach, and cannot be caught, even by the towering sprinter Kanoue or the lanky Swede Jensel. Radke glances back at her competitors ever so briefly before breaking the tape at the finish line. Kanoue comes across second. Jensel earns the bronze. Florence crosses in 6th. The first women's 800-meter race in Olympic history is complete. Because of what happens next, it won't be run again for 32 years. 2 laps around the track, about half a mile, less than what many elementary school children in the U.S. now run once a year to gauge their fitness level. And yet in 1928, the first year the Olympics held track and field events for women, the 800-meter was the longest distance women runners were allowed to run. And still there was a question hanging over the whole event, whether women would be able to finish the race at all. According to the Boston Globe's John J. Hallahan, all 6 contestants in the women's inaugural 800 final collapsed after the race. 6 competitors were so exhausted that they were near collapse at the finish. All fell flat on the ground, he wrote. The London Times claimed that the half-dozen prostrate and obviously distressed forms lying about on the grass at the side of the track may not warrant a complete condemnation of the Girl Athletics Championships, but it certainly suggests unpleasant possibilities. The Daily Mail quoted some doctors who said that those 2 laps around the track were feats of endurance that would make women grow old too soon. William Shire of the Chicago Tribune noted that McDonald was among those runners who collapsed after the race, saying she needed to be worked over after falling onto the grass unconscious.